welcome to the latest edition of Golf Improvement Weekly Live. This week we have four instructors that are different locations during this lockdown, but in the Coachella Valley, Southern California, Palm Springs area, where it is blue sky, almost pretty good green grass, and just beautiful temperatures. And unfortunately, we have a lockdown. I couldn't imagine a better place to be locked down right here. But let's get on to the golf. We have so many people that come to Golf Made Simple and write into us, hey, how do I make a good backswing? What should be a backswing should be? Should it be my hands? Should it be turning my shoulders? How much should my hips move? How much should my weight move? There's all sorts of questions that you may want to know. Well, I got a guy that can help you. His name is Jordan Hamblin. He's a GMS instructor. This guy, his dad's a PGA member and his grandfather was. This guy was born to play golf, literally. And he works for GMS, and he's going to talk to you right now about how you, during this time, can practice your backswing and how it starts so that when it's time to go play, your swing is ready. Hey, Jordan, 2 towns over in La Quinta. How's it going? Talk to us about backswing.
Thanks, Mark. I'm out here in beautiful La Quinta, California. I'm lucky enough during these times to be staying here with my grandmother. And lucky for me, her backyard's right here on a golf course. So we're gonna bring some drills to you today, talking about the backswing, getting the takeaway started. So many golfers ask me, how do I take the golf club away? How do I start my backswing, Jordan? Well, we have a great drill that we do here at GMS called the belly swing, and it looks something like this. How the drill's gonna work is you're gonna get set up to a tee just like I have here. You're gonna have your regular setup, just like if you were hitting a normal driver. Ball position for your inside left heel, nice balanced stance. Then from here, you're gonna loosen your grip just like you're reading a book, and then you're gonna take baby steps in until the butt of the club rests just left of your belly button. Now notice, when I got set up for this drill, I didn't change the angle of my arm. So I didn't just pull the grip in this direction and now my arms are really bent off to the sides. I also didn't just pull the grip in this direction and try to find my hand placement down here somewhere. I want you to keep the same angle that you have at your normal address position when you get set up for this drill. Loosen my grip and take those baby steps in. Now that I have the butt of the club touching just left of my belly button, the goal of the drill from here is I'm going to make a backswing just below waist high, moving everything at the same time. See it? Now, when I move everything at the same time like I have here, this drill tells me exactly where my club head should be at this point in my golf swing if everything is moving together. One more time. See it? If everything moves together, I can see exactly where that club face should be in the middle of my backswing. Then from here, I'm going to move back down, forward through the tee. Now what I see when I see golfers do this drill here at GMS is a lot of golfers don't know whether they should get the toe up, they don't know whether they should turn their shoulders only or only turn their hips on the backswing. And so when they do this belly swing drill, I see a lot of drills that look like this. Try to get the club toe up with just my hands. See it? Well, now I've actually lost that connection between the butt of the club and just left of my belly button, so if I move through, that club face is pointed right. A lot of golfers try to just turn their shoulders on the backswing also. See it? Well, I'm keeping the butt of the club connected, but now you can see where's all my weight. You can see how flexed this left knee is. That's a dead giveaway for where all my weight is at right here. So now if I start to move forward, that weight is going to start coming back behind the golf ball, and I'm going to hit it fat, and a number of bad things can happen. Thank you for those questions. Glad to be out here at La Quinta Country Club. Keep working on those backswings. Back to you, Mark.
Hey, thank you, Jordan. That is great. I love the way you explain things. I want to show you all also that drill that Jordan was doing from a different angle. So the belly swing, right? It's just set up right here like this. He gripped it, you just loosen your hands like this, just high, and you just walk in, keeping your arms that way. So this might give you also a better angle. And then it just becomes just back like that and through like that. But what you can do is you can feel your backswing and how you move back. You can feel how everything is moving together. Whereas Jordan said if you just move your hands first like most people do, what did the butt of the club do right away? It came right off. And then the people who are trying to take the club too far to the inside and they do that with turning, you hear it all the time, taking it back that way. Well, you're the ones that look like this, the second example he did, where you're just using all body and trying to turn. And that does not put you in a good position here. So, to show you the good one last time, just get set up, loosen your hands, walk in till it hits you in the belly, re-grip wherever it is, and just take it back. Feel what your natural backswing is. Now, ladies, this is for you. We're going to talk about getting more power and getting more distance on your shots. And we're going to send it 3 towns over to India to see our instructor, Tricia Kumar, full-time GMS instructor, loves working with the ladies to understand the game of golf, to get more distance, to get more consistency. She's going to help you out with really getting some more power. Hey, Tricia, catch.
Hey Mark, thank you so much. It's great here in India. Hope everything is doing well in Palm Desert. What we're going to be talking about today is getting that power in that golf swing. Alright ladies, how do we get power in that golf swing? Is when you start using your upper body, lower body, hips, legs, everything working together, moving in one coordination, right? And I have a drill that's going to help all you guys out. It's called the baseball swing drill. How it works is you're going to take a club, set up like you normally would in a golf swing. From here, take it back and through. Then you're going to pick the club up a little higher, just below your knees though, right here. Take it back and through. Now, pick it up a little higher, almost like a baseball high. Take it back and through. What this helps you is to get that coordination between those muscles, between that upper body and that lower body working. I'm going to show it to you one more time, but this time I'll show it to you in this angle so you can see it better. Right? First, golf swing, back and through. Second, a medium high swing, right about here, back and through. And third, baseball swing, here, back and through. What this is doing is building that coordination between that hands, legs and that hips all working together. You can even practice it at home. Just go 1, 2, 3, go low, medium, high, or go golf swing, medium, high swing, baseball swing. Even though you're not hitting any golf balls, you can feel that coordination working. You'll see it's amazing how much easier it is to feel that coordination in that baseball swing. It's so much easier to feel that coordination as you go higher. And eventually you'll start feeling those muscles, you'll start feeling those movements in that golf swing. Hey, you know what? It's been a pleasure talking to all of you guys. This is Tricia Kumar from Golf Made Simple. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you. Here it is, Mark. Back at you.
Wow. Wow. Great shot, Tricia. That was pretty accurate from that far away. Tricia comes to us from Bangalore, India. She came to the States to learn to be an LPGA professional. She played professional golf and high-level amateur golf back in India. And we were lucky to get her because she wants to learn how to teach even better, and she's come to us gone through our 5-week train program, has been teaching classes, and well, she's locked down, but she's going to be available for you to speak with premium support. What she says makes so much sense. Most people say, oh, if I have a baseball swing, my golf swing's not good because I have a baseball swing. Well, no. If you had a good baseball swing, you have a good golf swing. It really is the same. The only difference, as she showed you, is if I'm hitting towards you, is when you have a golf swing, your body is forward. But look at my arms in the relation to my body. It's the same. Watch. Now as I go to this higher upswing, all I'm doing is raising up my back, but my arms and body have the same relation. And if I get here for the baseball swing, it's the same. I could start here and go like this. And I didn't change how my arms and my body were working together. It's the same. The only thing different is you're standing here on the baseball and here in the golf, but the body's working the same. So that was a great idea, Tricia. You nailed it. Great job. Now, we have a great coach in the peninsula, southern tip of the peninsula of Florida. Paul Hawksworth, GMS Instructor, comes from England, where he taught some high-level players, and we're so lucky to have him in South Florida. Hey, mate, what are you going to talk about today? You want to feel like talking about aim and how to aim better? Take it over, Paul.
Hi, Mark. Hey, thank you very much, mate. That's Mark Solomon. He's the leader of the GMS group. I'm Paul Hawksworth. I'm working down here in South Florida at sunny Boca Raton. I hope wherever you are, you're keeping healthy and safe. It's trying times for us all, but we can get through this, okay? I'm just doing a quick video, just something that you can practice on at home. You don't need a garden, you can even do this in your backyard. You can do it in the house, it doesn't really matter. It's called aim. Aim is one of the biggest points in golf. We all work on our techniques, how to hit a ball, you know, what to do. But when we go out on the golf course, we're missing the greens 10 yards left, 10 yards right, and it's purely down to your aim 9 times out of 10. So what we're going to work on is a thing called an intermediate point. My intermediate point is actually going to be my hat. So what I have here, I'm going to put my hat on the floor, and it's approximately 2 yards in front of my ball. And you can see there as well, that I have 2 sticks and an umbrella. My hat is going through the middle, through to the umbrella. So how I can work with this is I'm going to stand, put the club to the ball, in line with my hat, and through to my target. So when I stand here, this is how I want you to work. Look at the ball, look at the hat, and then just twist your head and look at your target. Rehearsal swing. That's great. What you're starting to do there is use intermediate point. Instead of trying to look at 20, 30 yards away, which is really hard to do, you're just looking at something 1 or 2 yards in front of you. Now you can see what I can do. You see the pole on the left hand side. I can go to the left hand side of my big hat. So now I'll say, put my club down, go to the left side of my hat. You don't need anything. You could put 3 tees in the floor, you could put a set of keys, but don't leave them there. What I'll do is set it up, left side of the hat, going straight to my target, and look. I look at my intermediate point, then I look at my far away point, and then I can also do the same on the right side. Practice this. Even if you're not hitting golf balls, if you've got the wiffle balls, even if you're not hitting a ball, practice getting into your mind that every shot that you play, from a chip shot through to a drive, you're using an intermediate point. It's 1 or 2 yards away instead of far away in the distance. Listen, this is Paul Hawksworth again at GMS down here in Florida. I really hope you're doing good. I hope you enjoyed this little segment. Please come onto our site and have a chat with me. I'd love to hear from you. Hey, Mark, back to you, mate. Cheers.
Thank you, old boy. That is a fantastic description. All the best players, they make sure they aim before they swing. And what Paul is talking about, that's what Jack Nicklaus did. And that's what Jack Nicklaus wrote in his book, Golf My Way. And guess who as a kid read that book over and over and over? Oh yeah, Eldrick, Tiger Woods. And what they said was this. Jack says he sees the ball coming from where he wants to hit it backwards to where the ball is. He sees where I'm hitting his target, and he then brings it back to here. He drew an imaginary line and he found something just in front of the ball, because it's easier to aim there than it is way out there. And when he walked up, he looked at that, and then he got the club face, the ball, and that spot aligned. And then he said, and read his book, you can see it. He then said he took his eye from the ball, rotated his head to that, and then rotated out to the target, and then back to impact, and then back to the ball. And if you watch old tapes of him, you'll see him do it, what? Every time. Even after winning 5 Masters, and I believe 17 majors, he was still doing it at 46 years old, at the age of 46 years old in 1986 when he won his 6th Masters. He was still doing it. That accomplished of a player. None of us will ever be that accomplished as a player. If Jack needs it, and Tiger still needs it, we need it too. Great idea, Paul. Now, let's talk about practice. Practice? How can you get better? Well, one of our instructors, Brandon Bittner, who after years of teaching has moved into our office and really running our office so well, especially during this time of need, he's an amazing instructor. And he's really into performance coaching. And what that means, well, I'm going to let Brandon explain. He's going to be talking about if you're trying to break 120, 110, 100, 90, 80, 70, whatever your number, he's going to help you to get by it so that you pass it sooner. Hey, Brandon, on the other side of Palm Desert, talk to us. Make us players.
Mark, thank you. It's an absolute privilege to be able to speak to everybody today from Palm Desert, California. Another beautiful day here. I kind of feel like I'm on a green screen right now and that the background's not even there. It just looks so beautiful. But yes, I do believe that that term choking gets thrown around too much, and I want to explain why. To me, in order to choke at something, as far as a skill goes, you first need to master that skill, and it needs to be something that you're proficient at or strong in. If it's something that you're weak in and you don't succeed, well, that's exactly what should happen under pressure. It shouldn't be that you dub yourself a choker. And that's not just you, the person at home trying to break 110 or 100, 90 or 80. It happens to the best players in the world. And I'll give you an example. Dustin Johnson, who on the 18th hole of the 2015 US Open needed to 2-putt from 12 feet to get into a playoff with Jordan Spieth. And he missed a 4-foot putt to lose the championship. And as he walked off that putting green, the media ate him alive. They called him a choker. He can't get the monkey off his back and win his first major. And I don't believe that Dustin Johnson choked, and I'll tell you why. At that time, he was ranked number 177 on the PGA Tour putting from 4 feet. So he was among the tour worst in that category, and he did not succeed at it under pressure. That's not choking to me. That's just the weak part of your game being exposed when the pressure's on. People seem to forget that just 5 minutes earlier, he hit a shot from 247 off an uphill lie, uphill to 12 feet. So he didn't choke. And I have a feeling the same thing happens with all of you at home when you're trying to get past your low score ever, or trying to break through a scoring barrier. Or like a lot of golfers we see who get into a certain situation on the golf course and they don't succeed, they assume that it's a mental problem. But in my opinion, what's happening, calling it a mental problem and working on your mental game, which by the way is important, but in this instance, it is treating the effect rather than treating the cause. And the cause is that your skills in that area just aren't up to par, pun intended. So rather than treating the effect and calling it a mental problem, let's take a look at our game and just say, maybe, you know what? I'm not really good in this area. It's no wonder I didn't succeed. And I know that each one of you at home can have different examples, and I have 5 or 6 examples of other people in major championships where it happened the same thing. So what can you be doing at home right now while you're stuck inside with everything that's going on in the world? I hope everybody's safe and healthy. But what can you be doing at home? It starts with an honest, hard look at your game and make an assessment. I want you, while you're at home, to be prioritizing your game and figuring out the things that you're best at and the things that you're worst at, and put them on a scale from best to worst or worst to best, so that you can find the areas of your game that have the greatest opportunity for improvement, the weaknesses, so that you can spend more time on those weaknesses. Because what I see most people do is they go to the practice range and they work the same amount of time on everything. And what happens is you neglect the areas of your game that need the most attention, and you give it to the areas of your game that don't need as much attention. So yes, the strengths are important to practice, but the majority of your time needs to be spent on these weaknesses over here, so you can improve not only quicker, but sustain that improvement and be able to apply it on the golf course. So what I would like you to do is tune in next week, where I'm going to be building on this concept. Hopefully by then you'll have your assessment done, and we can talk about what you can do to simulate these emotions that you feel on the golf course during your practice, so that we can be able to get you sustaining your weak parts of your game under pressure while you're on the golf course. I'm also going to be available each week as we go through this for our GMS Premium Instructor for Life program, which Mark is going to be explaining more about today. So sign up for that. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to throw it back over to Mark on the southwest side of Palm Desert, who has some more things to discuss with you. And I'm going to see you right back here next week, where we can build on these concepts we just discussed today. So bless you all. Have a great week, and I can't wait to speak to you soon. Take care.
Thank you, Brandon. That was great. I don't like that word choking either. Besides, most of us at the level that we play, I'm a professional, but not tour professional. But at even my level, I'm not good enough to choke. You have to be, if you are really good and you blew it, well, yeah, I understand. But think of Brandon's words, and what you will understand is we all mess up, and we have to accept it. But really look at your game. Take some time. Where am I worst at? And then spend more time working on it. But not just if it's your driver. Don't just go out and just start working on driver swings. There's little things you can work on. For example, what Jordan spoke about, the beginning of the backswing. Well, that's important with every club, especially your driver, because it's longer and it's harder to control. You can do that. If you're having trouble with distance, well, take what Tricia said. Start incorporating sinking the body better by standing more upright and doing some baseball swings, and do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you're constantly mishitting it, maybe it's your aim. So go what Paul Hawksworth said with getting behind the ball, which is what Jack has been saying for years and Tiger has been doing for years. We should all do it more. And those instructors are included in our Instructor for Life premium support where you can have a live 30-minute golf lesson where you'll see your pro on the screen just like you see me, and they'll see you also. And they can watch your swing, they can talk about what you need to improve on, and they're gonna give you some drills that you can use at home without having to go to the range or the golf course. Whether it's in your front yard, backyard, basement, whether you're moving your living room furniture around, they'll be able to help you with your swing so you're ready. They are great instructors. They're full-time employees of Golf Made Simple, and they teach over 2,000 hours of lessons every year. Go to Golf Made Simple Premium Support so you're ready for the golf course. And until next week, which is going to be even better than this week, stay healthy. Keep calling people you haven't seen in a while and see if they can use your support. You never know, there might be a friend you haven't spoken to in 6 months that's having a hard time and they need help getting groceries. Support them. It's what we're here for. That's what we are as human beings. Good karma goes around. See you next week.